Alright guys, so the Season 7 Battle Pass. Let's talk. Since Season 7 dropped, there's only really been one big issue that everyone has agreed on, and this is the Battle Pass. You know, everyone just feels that the initial Battle Pass was way too grindy, it took way too much effort, and the change that responded from the previous seasons to this season, it just really wasn't, you know, for the players, it was more so for the money. That's what the community basically thought at that time. Respawn actually came out and said that that's not the reason for this change. The reason Respawn really wanted to have this Battle Pass change was to encourage more playtime and to have more engagement throughout the entirety of the season and not just a specific portion of the season. Now, before I actually go on and tell you guys, you know, all of the intricacies of this new Battle Pass, Apex Legends is a game, yes, but also it's a business, right? It's a business first and foremost, and obviously Respawn would want to have their engagements high on this game so the game stays alive. That's the real reason behind this change. I don't think it's fair to just say it's all about the money and the only reason Respawn did this was to make more money. It's easy to just come out and say that, but I don't think that's the real reason why they made this change. I really feel as if Respawn is trying to make this season a lot more engaging, because we both know that towards the end of a season, or should I say towards like the last couple of weeks of a season, it tends to get very boring, our playtime goes down, and Apex just isn't as fun when a season is coming to its end. So I honestly feel like Respawn was trying to encourage more engagement and to keep this season fresh and fun throughout, and if all of us still had Battle Pass levels to achieve, you know, throughout the end of the season, maybe the engagement would go up and we play this game more. Now that's what Respawn wanted to achieve, that's what they tried to achieve. They actually came out and said they made a huge mistake and it was a big lapse in judgment on their end, and that's really good. I like when game companies actually admit when they've done something wrong and when it's not really how it's supposed to be. So that's the first step in the right direction by Respawn. They admitted that this change wasn't received well and they took the fault, they took all the blame. The game director at Respawn, his name is Chad Greener, actually said this. Before I get into the reason for the Battle Pass change, I'll start by saying that the team has the players' best interest in mind, and we're not trying to play negotiation games with our players. Respawn is made up of passionate gamers just like yourself. We also aren't trying to secretly force you all into buying more Battle Pass levels. I promise you, everyone here on the team are good people, passionate gamers, and just want what's best for the game. Now before we move on, I want you guys to comment your thoughts right now about the current state of the Battle Pass. We don't know who could potentially be watching this video, and I want you guys to just voice your opinions in the comment section and let me know what you think of this Battle Pass in game. As I always say, I read every single comment, so don't be shy, give me your opinions. I want to know what you guys think, and also if you're new, click that sub button too, why not? Alright, so with that said, we could actually move on now and talk about what took place in the Season 7 Battle Pass. So first up, there was a huge system change in terms of what it actually takes to level up. They ditched the old CP and XP system and went for a more streamlined system with these new stars. So it takes 10 stars to actually get one Battle Pass level, which is also 50,000 XP. Now when Season 7 first came out, this was different because it took 100,000 XP to level up, which basically meant that you needed to get 10,000 XP just to get one star. And that's crazy. So Respawn actually came out and they reverted those changes like 1 day or 2 days after Season 7 dropped, which is good on their part because I don't think anyone would have been too happy if Respawn kept the XP the way it was. That was just way too grindy and it was just, yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. So Respawn came out and they changed the amount of XP needed to actually level up one Battle Pass tier, which is great. Now I won't go into all of the specific math with this new system because math isn't my strong point, but I'll leave a link to the gaming merchant's video. He actually did a really good breakdown of how much XP you need now compared to the previous seasons. But I will say you technically do need more XP and you most likely will need to grind a lot more in this season if you want to level up your Battle Pass. Now if you play Apex a lot, right, if you play Apex every single day for at least 2-3 hours every day, then most likely you won't have much issues leveling up your Battle Pass in this season. If you're a casual player though and you just play once a week for like 2 hours, then most likely it's gonna take a lot longer to level up your Battle Pass in Season 7. And that isn't wrong, because let's be honest here, right? If you're playing Apex a lot, you should be able to level up your Battle Pass more. If you're just playing for 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week, right? Then naturally it just should take a while for you to level up your Battle Pass. You have to actually play the game to level up, which to me is completely fine, you know. This kind of goes back to the skill-based matchmaking conversation that I used to have a lot, because I always thought that if you're a casual player, you should have to, you know, get slapped up in pubs to eventually get your skill up and become a very good player, right? That's how I feel. Obviously, Respawn has implemented a system in-game that kind of prevents that from happening, so casual players won't really be experiencing that much sweaty lobbies in this game. It'll feel fairly easy for them to actually play good, but in this battle pass case, right, I feel like you should have to actually play the game enough to level up. It doesn't mean that it should be too grindy, like you shouldn't have to play way too much, because obviously everybody has a life, people have work, people have school, people have things to do, right? And for most people, Apex isn't a priority, which is completely understandable and fine, but I kinda agree in some ways, just in some ways, with what Respawn is doing, because they want to make the battle pass more engaging, more encouraging. Challenges now will be more centered around using different legends and trying different playstyles as well, using different guns. So I really like that aspect of it. It does make sense to me. I think what Respawn did wrong was the whole star system, the whole XP change, you know, all of that stuff. It wasn't handled too well when the season first dropped, and I think they could even do some more changes right now to fine-tune the battle pass system. I personally really don't care, because let me just say this, right, I never was big on leveling up my battle pass and stuff. I was more just someone who likes to play Apex and someone who likes to get good clips and good plays. I wasn't too concerned with, like, you know, battle pass levels and new skins and stuff. I never really cared too much about that. I was always just more about the gameplay. I never really cared how much XP I would get and stuff. I never really, you know, paid attention to that kind of stuff. But for you guys out there who actually care about the battle pass and want to level up and stuff, I understand your frustration right now. It's a much different system. It might feel a lot more grindy, but I think Respawn, or at least I hope that Respawn, will continue to kind of implement changes to make this battle pass system a little bit easier, a little bit, you know, more fine-tuned, so all of you guys playing this game, casuals and, you know, hardcore grinders, will have a good experience leveling up, getting stars, and just, you know, grinding through this battle pass. So that's basically all of my thoughts. When the season first dropped, as I said, it was terrible. It was way too grindy, and no one has time to play Apex that much, honestly, to get all of those levels. And Respawn admitted that it was way too grindy, so that's great. But since then, they've been very transparent with us and kind of told us what they hope to do and what was their motives behind changing this battle pass system. So here's what the game director Chad Grainer also had to say. The battle pass is about keeping players engaged throughout the season, so we're not trying to do you wrong here. Obviously, when these changes went live, we heard your feedback loud and clear and quickly put in a change that makes the challenges roughly 50% easier to complete, and we have more changes planned in the future to give players more agency on challenge completion. We appreciate your feedback on this change, but also keep in mind that Respawn always has your interest in mind, so please assume positive intent. That was honestly a very good post by Chad. It kind of sums up perfectly what's going on right now. And just to rephrase, I don't think Respawn is doing this with malicious intent. I don't think Respawn is trying to, like, milk your pockets and milk your wallets and just get all of your money. That wasn't really the case, because trust me, if Respawn really wanted to actually do that, they just do some kind of crazy skin bundle or something like that, and everyone would buy it immediately. This is a little bit different. I think Respawn really wanted to just encourage more engagement throughout the season, and we'll see how it actually progresses from now. I think slowly but surely you guys might adjust to this new battle pass system, you'll see. But just before I end off the video, guys, let me know your thoughts right now. What do you think of the current battle pass system? Do you think that Respawn has made the necessary changes to make it fair, or are you still kind of upset with this new system? Let me know, comment right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in some more Apex. Till next time.